This is Homebuyer Radio with home loan expert Dan Morales. Dan has been one of the nation's leading mortgage lenders since 1991, and weekly he shares with you valuable insight into the home buying process. Whether it's your first home or not, Dan will help you have a better understanding of the home buying process. Let's get started with this week's episode. Dan, what do you have for us this week?
Hey, thanks, Pat. I appreciate the introduction again. Nice to kind of step up our podcast game and do a professional introduction. The other thing I'm working on is I'm going to really force my assistant to co-host this podcast with me. So if you're listening, Emily, you've got maybe a week or two to prepare and get ready. But I want to add kind of another dynamic and continue to grow what we're doing with the podcast. I love the fact that we are getting requests for information from listeners all over the country. Which really, is kind of cool because we've really done nothing to promote this podcast. So that means that, people are sharing it. And, if you're somebody who enjoys the information in this podcast, can I ask you a couple different things? The first one, do me a favor, go on iTunes and write a review and just maybe share, your feedback as to, the value that hopefully the podcast has added to you as you've kind of looked into the home buying process. And most importantly, if you're looking to buy a house, reach out to us. We'd love to help you. We do have the ability to lend in the majority of the 50 states. And so, there's very few states that we don't have the ability to lend in. And we're able to offer some options that sometimes you're not going to see from different lenders. One of those options I want to talk about is an option that we've rolled out. And this is a program that, in all honesty, we've had available for some time. And shame on me for probably not doing a better job of really understanding how this program could benefit clients. Now, part of the reason where this program is a little more beneficial to folks right now has to do with the rise in interest rates that we've been, seeing gradually over time here. This program hasn't seen very big increases in interest rates, which is really nice, and it makes this a much more compelling option for a lot more clients. So it is a conventional mortgage that we do. So it's not an FHA loan or, some type of government insured loan, like VA or the USDA or something like that. This is just a regular conventional type of mortgage. It is a zero down payment mortgage, so you don't have to have a down payment, but it is a conventional mortgage, zero down payment. There's a couple different options that you can deal with when it comes to mortgage insurance, okay? Now, remember PMI or private mortgage insurance, we've talked about that in different episodes. If you're not familiar with that terminology, go back and look at all the available episodes that are out there. You'll see that there are several different episodes that talk about PMI or private mortgage insurance, what it is, how it impacts your monthly payment, and, in all honesty, how it can impact your budget and how much you qualify for. Anyways, when it comes to the mortgage insurance, there's really three different ways that you can play with it with this program. One is where you pay the mortgage insurance on a monthly basis, which typically is going to be the most expensive way to do it. The other option is where you pay the mortgage insurance in a lump sum one time and you're done. And then the third option is where you have a higher interest rate in exchange for a lower monthly payment, okay? So what happens, though, is, which one of those options makes the most sense for you can really depend on how long you think you're going to keep the property and some of your longer-term financial goals. But the benefit to this program, the big benefit is this loan has a 20-year amortization as opposed to a 30-year amortization, okay? So what that means is you're repaying the loan over a 20-year term as opposed to a 30-year term. You cut 10 years worth of mortgage payments off of your, if you will, mortgage, which is really significant. The other thing is that you build equity in this mortgage way faster than what you would if you did, let's say, your traditional 30-year mortgage, okay? So you're going to build equity a heck of a lot faster. So, for most people, you don't tend to keep a mortgage for the entire 30 years. And for a lot of folks who are buying for the first time, you tend to keep that mortgage for probably, 10 years or less. So, you having, only, let's say, 10 years into that mortgage that had a 30-year term, with a 30-year mortgage, the majority of the interest you pay is in those early years of the loan, right? because that's when your balance is the highest. Well, with this program, because you're paying on a 20-year term, you're actually paying the loan back at an accelerated pace, which means you're going to have way more equity in that house at the end of 10 years than what you would if you took a 30-year term. So, the big difference then, of course, is, well, what does that do to the monthly payment, right? So if I took a 30-year mortgage, with monthly PMI, did, maybe a 3% down payment, right? Because on a conventional mortgage, the smallest down payment you can do is 3%, where with this program, it's a 0% down payment. So there's a plus to that, right? Your cash investment is less. You're going to borrow more on that 20-year term versus a 30-year term. The flip side, though, is you're going to pay that loan back faster. So if you were to look at those two loans, a conventional mortgage with 3% down payment versus this loan with 0% down payment, if you looked at both of those loans side by side, you're going to borrow more on that 20-year term. But when you're 5-10 years into this loan, you're actually going to have more equity even though you started with a higher balance, right? So the other, consideration most people are going to look at is, well, what's the difference in monthly payment, Dan, right? If I'm looking at something that has a 20-year repayment term versus a 30-year repayment term, that means that my monthly payment's going to be higher, and I'm not sure that I'd be as comfortable with that, right? Well, the beautiful part with this program is this program has the ability to do, of course, no mortgage insurance, so it's going to help your monthly payment look a little bit better, but it comes with a discounted interest rate, okay? That interest rate is right now substantially lower than what you would pay on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. So some numbers I've run recently for clients, I've been able to run this program that has a 20-year amortization against a loan that has a 30-year amortization with a larger down payment, and I've been able to come up with monthly payments that are almost the same. So why would you want to take that 30-year term when you could take a 20-year term, build equity a heck of a lot faster, and have a monthly payment that's almost the same, right? Especially if you're buying for the first time, you really are not likely going to keep that mortgage for the entire 30-year term. So the amount of equity that you build in that house, the faster you can build it, the better for you, right? Because you'll be able to have more equity when you sell, which means you have that much more equity to put into the next property, or you just pay your house off a heck of a lot faster. So this could be a program that could benefit you. For us, we lend in the majority of the 50 states. We don't necessarily offer this product in all 50 states, though. So that's something that we'd love to maybe have a peek at what you're thinking of doing and seeing if this is a option that could work for you as you explore buying a home. So it's a zero down payment. There are a couple of qualifying criteria that are part of that. So it has to do with the credit score, debt to income ratio, and so on. But those are all things that we'll explore when we have an opportunity to talk to you and see if this is a program that may be appropriate for you. But it's definitely something that's worth taking a look at because it could help you build equity in your house way faster, and that is a really good thing. Hey, thanks for listening. Make sure you do me a favor. If you enjoy the podcast, please go to iTunes, write a review, and just share your feedback. And hopefully you can, take the opportunity to share this with friends and family who may be looking to, buy a house or take out a mortgage. We put this information together hopefully to provide a lot of benefit to you, but also hopefully to encourage you to make that contact with us, me and my team, and see if we can't help you with a mortgage. Like I said, we lend in the majority of the 50 states. I've been getting inquiries from people all over the U.S., which is awesome. We haven't really done a ton to promote the podcast, so that means those of you who are listening are sharing it with others, and thank you for doing that. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. If you have any ideas for a show, reach out to us. Pat's going to come back here and give you some information on how to contact us, and thanks for listening. Have a good one.
Homebuyer Radio is a production of Dan Morales, home lending expert with North Point Bank, NMLS number 709729. Dan can be reached at 616-931-4629 or online at danmorales.com. Thanks for listening, and we invite your questions and show ideas at homebuyerradio.com. All loans are subject to credit approval. This is not a commitment to lend. North Point Bank is an equal housing lender. All rates reserved.